I'm Deb, and welcome to my YouTube channel, Yoga Bites with Deb. Today we have a seated practice that will work mostly into our hips. So you don't need any props, although you might want to use a block. I don't use any props in this class. And then just join me here in a seated position. We're going to come into the 90-90 position. So you're going to bring one shin parallel to the short edge of the mat, line up ankle, knee, knee, hip, and then your back leg, hip, knee, knee, ankle. So this is a 90-90 position, also known as deer pose in yin yoga. We're going to take our fingertips behind us just for support. You gently draw your belly in. You can even pull up those pelvic floor muscles. And we're going to inhale and lean to one side and exhale and switch directions. So just breathing normally, just a little warm up, loosen up through the hips. And just notice how that feels in your body. Dropping our legs over to the right here. I'm going to sort of diagonally walk back. I want to gently press this left knee down, the back knee down, and as you just kind of relax back as far as I can. So you don't want the knee to lift off the mat. Some of you might even come down onto your forearms. If I did that, my knee would pop off, so I'm not going to, but I'm just going to lean back, maybe even bend my elbows a little. So again, gently engaging the core, pelvic floor and belly, but just sort of sinking and breathing into this. Nice, long, deep breaths. So we're trying to sort of target this inner thigh here, sort of internal rotation of the hip here in the front of the hip. And then we're going to gently walk your hands in, lift the knees up, drop them the other way. And again, it's that sort of diagonal position of the torso as you lean as far back as you comfortably can, keeping your back knee, for me it's my right knee, on the mat. And just breathing here, focusing on that internal rotation of the hip now on this right side. Slow, deep breaths. Walking our hands up again, in and again. Windshield wiper, side to side. Notice if anything has changed. And then as I drop my knees to my right, I'm going to take my left arm and just bring it across. And then swing it all the way back. And then bring my right arm across. So these slow movements, just notice how they feel in your body. As we come over with that left arm, we're going to pause. Then you might think of drawing your belly in, rounding your spine a bit, and extending that left arm a little further. Just breathe here. And then lift all the way up. Let's go to the other side. Bring this arm all the way around, right arm around. Pause, draw the belly in, round your spine, maybe even extend the right arm a little further. And then slowly come all the way up. Come back, sitting up a little bit taller as we do these little windshield wiper actions. Dropping those knees over to the right side, sitting up tall. Let's interlace our fingers and then just draw back Inhale, you come forward. Exhale, draw back. Last one. Release the fingertips behind you. Switch sides with the legs, sitting up nice and tall. Interlace the fingers, maybe the other way. Exhale as you draw back. Inhale as you come forward. Good. Release those fingertips. Drawing those legs over to the right, 90-90. Make sure you have that line up ankle, knee, hip. Turn now to face your right knee. Just walk your hands over towards the knee. Maybe you're up high, maybe you come down low. But we're facing the knee, so your belly is maybe lying onto your thigh. Take a couple of breaths here. Lengthen those breaths out. And we're going to slowly lift ourselves up. Flip those knees to the other side. And again, turn, face your knee. So drape your torso over your thigh and just bow down. Focus on the breath. Soften the body. Slowly lengthening ourselves up. Going back to that right side. Again, you could fall over your knee, or we could shift maybe to our shin, bringing our torso over our shin. So again, maybe this time you're up higher. Maybe you can come down. Maybe if you have a block or something, you come down onto the block. We might feel it a little more intense into that outer hip on the right side. But if it's not comfortable and you feel enough when your body is draped over your knee and your thigh, go right ahead. Just feel that slow breath in, slow breath out. Perhaps you're noticing with these slow breaths, your body slowly is opening up. We're going to lengthen ourselves up, take our fingertips behind us. Let's go to the other side. And again, you could stay over that knee, or maybe you walk more to your shin. You could stay up high and just let your chin tuck in. Or we could use props to rest on, or just lower the forearms down and just let your chin tuck in, the head dangle. Inhale, lengthen, exhale, release. Breathing into the outer hip on the left side. And then slowly bringing yourself back up. Once again, turning to that right side. And we can come back to this any deer variation we just did, or let's take this into a pigeon. So if you're taking it into a pigeon, this back leg, your left leg, you're going to start to straighten it out. And you're going to make sure you're not leaning onto that right hip. You want to prop yourself into the center. So this left hip bone is going to draw down. For some of you, you won't be able to keep your shin parallel to the top of your mat. So you might need to bring your foot in a little closer to the groin in order to achieve this. So that's okay. And we can start up high. I like to sometimes press my hand into my foot and the other hand into my thigh. Press them down as I lengthen up. See how that feels to you. And you can stay there, or you might come down onto your forearms. Again, you might use props here, or you might rest your head on your hands or on the mat. Nice long breaths. And then we're going to slowly lengthen up, leaning onto that right hip, pull that left knee back in alignment, lift the knees up and go to the other side. So again, you decide on this side it might feel different, right? Maybe you're back into your deer pose. Maybe you want to try your pigeon where you extend, straighten out that right leg, come up to the center. Keep this left foot flexed. Draw that right leg as far back away from you as you can, and feel free to move this foot a little closer to your right hip bone if that helps you. Starting perhaps up high, maybe onto your fingertips, or like me, one hand on the foot, the other hand on the thigh, push down and lengthen up. And you could choose to stay upright the whole time, or we could bow down to our forearms. We could use a prop, and we could just rest our head on our hands or on the mat. Focus on your breath. Perhaps breathing into that outer hip on the left side. You might also experience lots of sensation in the front hip on the right side. One more nice deep breath in. And then slowly bringing ourselves up, lean onto that left hip, slide that right knee in line with the hip, lean the torso back, lift the knees up, and again, a few windshield wipers. And then lifting the knees up, extending the legs so they're nice and wide. They don't have to be as wide as mine, but wider than your hips. Make sure you can sit up tall. Let's flex the feet and either take your fingertips behind you and just tilt forward and tuck the chin in, or bring the palms in front, tuck the chin in, or lower the forearms down, tuck the chin in. One more nice breath in. And then slowly lengthen ourselves up. And that was our yoga bite for today. Thank you so much for joining me. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe, and have a fantastic day.